Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mayor's Monday Message for April 25th, 2022. I wanted to start off today. Last week, some folks were concerned that I was not addressing the violence in the city. So I just wanted to respond because while I think I addressed a lot of what we need to do to reduce this, which is really in our homes and in our neighborhoods and in community centers, I didn't necessarily address what the police have been doing. I feel that Commissioner Muldrow has been doing an amazing job every first Monday evening at 6 o'clock, keeping the community up to date about exactly what the police are doing. So I would encourage you to attend his virtual meetings or attend in person at Still Meadow Church over on Chestnut Street. He has every first Monday at 6 o'clock, he does an update for the community specifically on what the police are doing. But so I didn't really address that, but I do want to talk a little bit about what is happening in our city and where the changes are. So we have seen, through our group violence intervention initiative, we very specifically track the violence and who is committing the violence here in the city of York. And we had, through our group violence initiative, we had been seeing incredible progress with addressing the folks that are involved in groups. We call them groups now because it's hard to really call them gangs necessarily. Gangs used to be like lifetime affiliations and things like that, and this is a little bit more malleable. People can switch sides and start hanging out with others. So the term group violence began to be used instead of gang violence. And what we've seen in the last few years in our group violence, it has gone down dramatically. So I'm looking at the numbers here. In 2019, we had 32 group member involved incidents. That's nearly one every 10 days that a group of people, and the West Side, the South Side, Parkway, East Wellington area, and other areas, that they affiliate and then begin to take a certain kind of possession and control over that space and that name and just basically fight each other because they live 2 blocks away from each other and they have insulted each other somehow. And it just kind of, it's the old, it's as old as mankind that groups affiliate and then they fight each other. So kind of like feuding or anything like that. So in 2019, we saw 32. Then we dropped to 27 in 2020. Then last year, we only had 13 group member involved. So again, it went from once every 10 days to nearly once a month. So great success. Unfortunately, in the first quarter this year, we've seen 10 incidents, so nearly as many as we had for the whole year last year. So I just wanted to get folks up to date on that. We've also obviously had a significant amount of homicides very early on this year. We also know that some of those were justified or may become justified depending on what the district attorney has to say. So those generally do not count in our criminal statistics. It's not great when anybody is killing somebody else, but if somebody is attacking you and you defend yourself, that's really kind of a different category. And I think we can all agree that people have the right to defend themselves if they are personally, physically being attacked at the time. So we have allocated, the City Council and I have allocated so far $2.4 million to new efforts to fight the violence, both from the level of engaging with the young people to having new units out there that have been confiscating guns. We've taken, I don't know how many guns off the streets already this year, but a lot of those guns removed are from our GVI units, which have been expanded into violence intervention units that we have going nearly 24 hours a day, going around specifically focused on violence in our city. but I wanted to say that while the money has been allocated, it takes time to develop things. It takes time to hire people. It takes time to create the new programs for, say, for the counselors working with the young people, for the new technology that we want to bring in. It does take some time, and we are moving as rapidly as we can. And I have full faith that the commissioner has love and knowledge in his heart and mind to address this problem. So I would encourage you, if you want to understand more about what is happening with the violence in the city and what Commissioner Muldrow is and the police department and our fellow jurisdictions, the district attorney, the U.S. Attorney's Office. We have many, many partners, the county probation department. We have many partners in addressing these problems, and we are all working diligently. We just had a meeting on Friday. We're all working very diligently to address a problem that is not unique to York. We were actually very lucky for the first 2 years of COVID. Our numbers went down significantly for homicides and for group-involved violence, while most cities went up. So it's very unfortunate, but now it seems like we are starting to see some of the trend that has already been occurring in New York and Baltimore and Philadelphia and Chicago and across many cities here in the country. But I do want to assure you that our folks are on it. We're trying to hit it both from the enforcement side and from the social services side, because we know that the police, while a very, very good Band-Aid, are still a Band-Aid. What we want is young people who do not feel the desire or need, peer pressure to be engaged in these types of activities. And that starts at the bottom. That starts under 5 years old, making sure that that kid has everything they need, food, clothing, shelter, and love in their home, making sure the parents have what they need to be successful parents. That's the root cause of what we see here in York, and that is what we have to continue to address. So, I know it's a quick, well, I'm going to switch things around here. I had Vonnie Grimes Gym kind of down the list a little bit later, but I'm going to say it now. There are activities for kids in the city. We have the Vonnie Grimes Gym. There are so many different groups. We need more. We need more. And if you want to participate, if you want to help, you know, feel free to reach out to us, and I will try to connect you with somebody that has a like mind to you, someone that is working maybe in sports or in drama, in music, and something to make sure that these young people have another outlet other than just being on the streets and letting the streets direct them and take their lives away from us. So Vonnie Grimes Gym is active full-time right now, so all sorts of activities when you go by the Vonnie Grimes Gym. If you want more information, please contact Diaz Woodard, DWOODARD, at yorkcity.org, Diaz Woodard. It was a great weekend in York. Go Green in the City was an absolute fabulous success. Thank you, Downtown Inc. Thank you to the merchants, to all the folks that had stands. Everybody just had an amazing time, and it was just a really, really good sight to see the city so active. And at the same time, you may have noticed it was St. Baldricks again. So even though I cut my hair back in October, I went up and took one for the team, or with the team, firefighters, police officers, other individuals from throughout the city and the county. I want to thank you all for participating and raising thousands and thousands of dollars for children with cancer, for the research to help prevent children from getting cancer in the future. So, or for treating the cancer that they may have. So St. Baldricks, the St. Baldricks Foundation is just an amazing cause, and we're going to continue to do that. And thanks to Joan Henney, one of our police outreach coordinators, for doing a great job in putting that together. Oh, right now, and I've actually got to get down there in a couple minutes, the Fair Housing Clinic and Symposium is going on right now from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You can come in all day if you have any questions or concerns about your housing, or if you just want to learn more about fair housing. The Human Relations Commission is having a full-day symposium with a luncheon at noon. I'll be speaking at noon if you want to pop into City Hall. We'll have a presentation there. Do please try and call ahead of time, 717-846-2926. But if you just stick your head in for a little bit, I don't think anybody will mind. So please come on down to City Hall. I want to remind folks that the state is providing assistance with sewer and water bills. I know that we've sent out some, or York Water Company has sent out some notices that you could get your water shut off for lack of payment of sewer and refuse. Please take that seriously. This is real. We've been warning you for 3 years, but there is hope. There is help. So please, the Duke Street office the state's Duke Street office, or the county assistance office, I'm sorry, 130 North Duke Street can help out. 717-771-1100, or you can go to compass.state.pa.us and just search there for the sewer and water assistance funding. Again, jobs, jobs, jobs. We've got jobs here at the city. It's summertime. We're hiring laborers. We're hiring all sorts of different positions. Including, I'm still looking for a talented individual, a very organized individual for my personal chief of staff. So there are openings from, from working around the parks, from picking up litter, from preparing the baseball fields, all of those things, through nursing, accounting, and even up to being my personal director of the staff here. So please, if you're interested, go to yorkcity.org/employment and follow the directions, and you'll see a whole list of different opportunities, most of which you will have to be a resident of the city of York. However, residency requirements are up on the agenda for this council meeting on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So if you're interested in the residency restrictions, if you are either in favor of maintaining the residency restrictions or eliminating them, please, you can attend the city council meeting this week at 6 o'clock. I can tell you from my side that we both are having difficulty hiring people because of these residency restrictions, and also retaining people. There are individuals, I don't think it's a risk to say that we may not have a TV station very soon if we don't eliminate these residency requirements. At least we might not have the guy behind the camera here right now. I think that's fair to say, right, Cliff?
Yep.
There are people that are very, very loyal to this city, that have lived in this city, but you don't have to live in this city to be loyal to the city. And folks have a right as Americans to live in a place that might have more deer running through their yard, or where they can have goats and chickens and farm animals. Is that what you want, Cliff? More bees?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to live here to love York, and I think that's the key. And that's the way, about 95 employees feel that live here. We have nearly 400 employees, but only 95 of them have these restrictions on them that require them to stay living in the city. And as your family develops and grows, you may want a different house. You may want a different property. And I personally think that that's a right, and that we should have that here in the city of York. So if a job at City Hall or a job with the city is not for you, I still encourage you, as always, every week, as long as they're being successful, I'm going to keep encouraging the Job Club down at 620 South George Street. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 3 p.m., and you can give them a call at 717-848-1808. So that's what I've got for you today. It's a beautiful day today, and it's going to be a beautiful week, and lots of good energy here in the city I just had, it was just a wonderful weekend here, and I hope this kind of energy takes us through the summer, and you know, we can all get a little rest from this COVID madness that we're all suffering from. I can tell you I am a little bit. I'll speak about it. I'm tired and a little bit, you might not, one of the things, you might not see me on Facebook or social media the way I used to be. And that's part of this. I just got overwhelmed with it. And so I'm still here, and I'm, you know, my staff and I are checking messages and stuff, but I just don't feel like I have what it takes to be on social media the way I was when we were in a major crisis. And, you know, I was on there 17 hours a day, just trying to make sure everybody was okay. But now I've got to take a break and do a little self-healing from that social media stuff. So, but I'll still be here for your Monday morning messages, and I'll still be seeing you around the city of York. So everybody have a great week.